Me parece hasta que define una línea de 5. Miren que Siniestra. La marca de Pepe, le Pepe Iniesta, tocaba el gol, el balón el salvo. ¡Gol! Enciende motor el cuadro blaugrana.
For cheap and reliable coins, check out FIFACoinsale.com. Use the code DM for 5% discount. Welcome back to another episode, ladies and gentlemen. We have another episode of Tiki Taka, which I'm coming up with a better name now, because I don't always do Tiki Taka. Sometimes I do slow possession football, sometimes fast possession, sometimes 2 to 3 touches of good, and then interplay with a Tiki Taka. Everything is introduced. That's the team I'll be using. Suarez leading the front line. I thought, hey, let's go for a fantastic finisher, because it's really important in Tiki Taka, because the striker is going to have to... Most of these goals in Tiki Taka are straight from the pass. Like, you don't have time to touch it and then finesse it. Usually they're just straight on the volley. Majority of them are straight on the volley, so I thought, let's go for someone who's got fantastic finishing. Here are 2 little clips, as you can see here, as an example of what Tiki Taka is, because some people have been asking me, hey Emperor, what is it really? So I just wanted to show you, it's more like one-touch football and pinpoint passing. So this one is going to be a little different. It's going to be fancy flicks, fancy finishing, and good build-up. So here we go. First goal was really scrappy. You're not always going to get the goals you want with Tiki Taka. Sometimes the ball is just put in there, and you know the rebound is fortunate for you to just bury it in, so it doesn't really help as a Tiki Taka goal. That's a really good finish there. I hope you like the new dynamics of the camera. When I score, I go into highlights and zoom in to add that little bit of effect to the episode. Anyways, this is the problem with sweaty, pacey teams. It's the kryptonite for Tiki Taka, because all you got to do is that, and you can just, you know, Tiki Taka, the problem is whenever you see, you can't dribble with players like run off the pitch. You have to build up well. That's the only way this series works. You have to have great, like this, one-touch football or possession football. It doesn't really count. So when you do stuff like that, majority of the time you do miss, because when you do good touches like this, it goes all the way to the goal, and then sometimes it's a chip, and then you have to volley. You have to take it first time, and a lot of the times they counter-attack from that and they score, so it's really difficult. And that's another lovely finish there. So we're winning 3-1, pretty much cruising here. And usually at times like this, my opponent will just counter and score, but this was not the case here. Lovely build-up play there. Iniesta now to Pedro, and look who's waiting at the edge of the box. It's, well, at the edge of the little box, really, I have to say. Suarez with the roulette finish. That's a fantastic finish. Here we go. He's obviously going to rage 4-1. And I hate coming up against people that do Tiki Taka when I'm not doing it. When I'm doing a squad build, it really puts me off. So I know how these guys feel, and I feel bad for them. Anyway, second team we come up against is a well-balanced team, and we have to come up against the likes of Marco Reus and Lewandowski. So it's gonna be a little bit of a tougher test, maybe. I don't know. I still feel that pacey teams are tougher, but anyways, that's another thing I hate about FIFA. Sometimes when you put off the ball, and that was some really good build-up play, but Suarez had jumped over the ball, and he lost it, really. Here we go. Some lovely build-up here, and Rodrigo plays it to Suarez. This is why I like Suarez. Look at the way he pushes his way around the defender and gets an acrobatic shot off. Anyways, lovely pass around the box. Cruz smashes it. Keeper does really well there. Times like this, you really want Cruz around the box, because he's got great finishing, especially outside that box. It's really powerful, and he's famous for putting those and slotting those into the top corner. Here we go. Suarez plays it off to Cruz. Lovely first touch. Cruz plays it out to Pedro. Don't know if you guys remember this goal of the day episode where I love watching that finish. And if you look at it again, not only was it a nutmeg for those who haven't seen it, it was pretty much first touch. First time he went for that. He didn't even stop it, and that was great. Now, you know what I want to say? Probably the best players of this episode have got to be Suarez because of his finishing. You need someone like that in Tiki Taka. I've had Hernandez in there, and he just did not do as well, but he got a lot of assists. So this time I went with a better finisher. Probably the second best player, although I'm not doing it in order, but probably if I'm going in order, I'd have to say Modric, because he adds the same as most players, except he can actually defend well. You know, he's great as a CDM. So first place would have to be Modric, second place would have to be Iniesta, third place would have to be Suarez. Really hard to put them in order. All three are fantastic. Moving into the final game after making that opponent rage again. Well, I mean, everyone's raging today. Then we got to come up against the likes of Neymar, Suarez, and Bale. Iniesta, Modric. This is another Tiki Taka team we're coming up against. James Rodriguez. Alright, so this is going to be a little bit of a tougher test, maybe. So we're going to have to see what happens. This is not your typical Tiki Taka. This is some gameplay which I love to do, which is slowly built up possession, where you wait for an opening. And this is it, 1-0. I like it like that because, you know, sometimes the opponent plays very defensive play, and I can't find an opening, and Tiki Taka does not work. Doing one-touch football like this, when he has everyone back, you just can't break through. You have no direction. So this time, since I broke the deadlock, he has managed to push himself out a bit, so it's given me more space. And we make it 2-0 with some lovely build-up there as well, once again. Look at this roulette pass from Suarez showing off now. And Modric finishing that off 3-0. Fantastic, another rage quit. If we can smash 500 likes, that'll be fantastic. And I want you guys to get involved. Follow me on Twitter. And it's down in the description, and tell me that you want to get into this episode and play me. And it'll be great. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day.